What's up, guys? Charles and Team COG coming at you guys here with the TENYI combo video that you guys voted on in my community tab. And we'll also do the mail opening probably in a later date, but yeah, so we got a blizzard here where I live today, so I got nothing better to do but to bring you this combo slash two test hands. So yeah, the deck's still very good. I made some major changes to the deck, like the lineup's a little bit different. I'm still testing, like instead of playing I'm playing more of the Unrivaled Fist. I'm playing Lost Wind. I took a lot of inspiration from the gentleman who topped with it, and there was another guy who pretty much took his same list and topped. But I just pretty much, I took a few of their tech choices and I decided to make them my own and integrate them without, you know, fully copy pasting, because I'm not a man of deck editing, but I am a man of studying. So like if I see their deck does well, I'll look at the reasons why, and I will try and I'll listen to their explanations and I'll try them out for myself just to see, and then I'll tinker until I find the perfect ratio that suits me. Before we continue on into this video, guys, our awesome sponsors at OPHIDIAN Games and Accessories, they're having a huge Black Friday sale, so you need to hurry over there, get this mat in different colors. They have tons of mat that come in different varieties. Hop on over there, use the code COG5 to get 5% off your order there. The link will be in the description down below. Also, we're going to give a huge shout out to our other sponsors, GameTime, Cards and Collectibles. If you guys want your own TENYI deck, like any of these cards or anything like that, hop on over, use the code COG10 to get 10% off your order from their website. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started into the combo segment of the video. For the combo segment, all you need is these two cards, and it's going first and going second. So essentially what you want to do, primarily going first, now take note you do have 3 other cards in your hand, so it could be the Counter Trap, Lost Wind, the Field Spell, Called by the Grave, Ash Blossom, Hand Traps, whatever you want it to be, the other 3 cards can be. So this going first combo is going to end you on a non-effect monster and Draco Berserker, which is what the deck really wants to strive to do going first. Now, of course, if you're playing Wombo combo, you can potentially do it. And if you have Vessel, or if you open Mare, you can make like the new Link 4, you can make Appaloosa and all that stuff. But this is like what these 2 cards can accomplish you at the bare minimum, which is a very standard slash solid setup for going first for TENYI. And then the going second combo just allows us to shuffle back up to 3 cards. And so like I will show you guys this combo here, the going first combo. So you special Adhara, or Ashina, excuse me. You link Ashina away for Jackie Chan. There we go. And then you special the Adhara, and then you banish this to summon out Vishuda. You will then synchro here for the Draco Berserker, and then you can banish Adhara to add yourself back the Ashina to your hand. So now this is what you have. It was a 2-card combo, so essentially now you have the 1 card back in your hand. So now you essentially still have 4 cards in your hand to play around with, which means if you can normal summon and link into, you can just continue on with your plays. If you open double Adhara, you have the ability to potentially make up to 2 Draco Berserkers, and going second, you have the ability to make up to 2 Baxias. But anyway, this is pretty good for going first, because now all your hand, like the TENYIs in your hands, if you have Shatana, Nahada, and Napura, he's been able to be protected. He makes your Counter Trap and your Field Spell live if you have it. He just makes a plethora. You just meet the requirements of a plethora of cards. And then like if you open Waterfalls, you have the ability to sack it off. It makes Vessels live, it makes Fists live, it makes like this guy live. And then not to mention you can potentially protect him with Lost Wind by reducing your opponent's monsters' levels down. But yeah, so that's it for the going first combo. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the going second combo, which is essentially the same playthrough. Really, guys, it's not really, so like you're gonna have 4 cards instead of just 3. So you special Ashina, link it off into our boy Jackie Chan, and then you special the Adhara, banish the Ashina to special out Vishuda. Here, you synchro here for Baxia. Baxia will spin 2 cards because of the 2 different attributes, and then you have the ability to banish Vishuda to spin a 3rd card. Then you can banish Adhara to add back the Ashina. And then like just like that, guys, with 2 cards you're able to clear 3. And then like I said, if you open double Adhara, you have the ability to potentially go in to make a 2nd Baxia, which is why I think I might play 2 Baxia, because I have the room to do it. It's just really powerful, and I just think that Baxia just solves better spot removal than Yazi does, just because like Yazi's floating effect and non-targeting is cool, but Baxia just solves so much. And the fact that like if you need to, you can get back the tuner Adhara if you see it in your grave. You just can use Baxia to sack himself to summon, which is really good. But anyway, guys, that's just bare minimum. That's just a few, like, I'm still tinkering around with the deck, learning some combos and some intricate plays, but a lot of it's going to change once we get the Link 4. And I know people are probably going to be like, you should put Crystron Needle Fiber in this deck, or Halbernax, or whatever his name is, but I don't think so. I don't think you need to do that, because like the deck's main goal is to have a non-effect monster out, and you're accomplishing that through this combo. But I think once we get the Link 4 will be pretty busted, and I will work on combos with that going forward. But anyway, let's just jump into a few test hands and get on with our day. So hopefully the curse of the camera doesn't hurt us too bad, because it happens. I remember like last week when I had time, I sat down and tried to do a video and it was not going out well. I was getting just flustered because of all the... That's when I decided to change my deck a little bit. It was because I was just getting flustered with my hands and everything. I would turn off the camera, shuffle up, deal myself a great hand, turn on the camera, shuffle up, deal myself an awful hand, which should not have happened. There we go. We'll do the cut. And then we'll draw our 5 cards, because this is a going first deck. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is, again, Curse of the Camera. What is this? Oh my goodness. Well, this isn't going to be entirely awful, thank goodness. So we'll go ahead and special Shatana here. We'll link off Shatana. Go into the TENYI Monk. We'll then special summon the Shatana, because we need, well, yeah, you have to normal summon the first Shatana. Moving on, we'll go into Shaman. Activate Shaman's effect, pitching the Mare to summon the Mare. Now, let's see here. We pretty much get a bunch of tokens. We get a total of, oh boy, I don't have any, would you believe that? I don't have any way to show off tokens. Alright guys, I'm back here. I got my 3 tokens. So you use Mare's effect to give yourself 3 tokens. And then now it's just kind of, you play around, I guess, if that's for lack of better terms, because now you're going to be able, like, we're essentially going to try and shoot for 2 non-effect monsters, because like we could potentially push forward for a True Draco Master, which we actually might do. Let's try this. For a Draco Master, the TENYI, then we can link this off to a Link Spider, and then we just link all 3 of these into the True Draco Berserker. If you are scared of Mech Knights, remember, play around columns. We have Mech Knights at my local, so. And then you're able to set 2, and then I wish this guy was better, but he's sadly not. But he can't be destroyed by battle with an effect monster, and then you have the ability to recur the TENYI Spirit by banishing this, and then bring him back, and then he'll be able to pop a card. And you have 2 forms of disruption in the back row, and the simple fact that Lost One, you use Lost Ones, and it's able to reset itself is really powerful. So, not a busted opening hand, but better than the ones that I did like half a week ago, where I just opened pretty much nothing. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go into the second test, and we'll do another one going first, and we'll shoot to one going second. But yeah, so I got some decks I'm surprising. I'm trying to build. Like I said, I got Crystrons are coming in the mail. It's coincidentally, I bought the entire Crystron core, and then Needle Fiber was revealed, because I've heard from the community that Crystrons are a really big brain deck, and I've been really trying to tinker with my brain and stuff like that. I know one of you guys commented in the community poll asking for a Crusadia Guard Dragon test hand, and I will probably do that too, get you out one, just because content and everything. But yeah, while we can, before we get cracked down by the federal government, I guess. If you guys would like to hear my thoughts on that, let me know, because I have a few interesting thoughts and opinions on the FTC and the COPA and whatnot, but we'll see. We shall see. But, okay, we're all shuffled up here. We'll do a cut, and then we'll... There we go. First 5 cards, and let's see if we open pretty good. Adhara. Okay, so this is actually not too bad, considering the fact that we opened so many monsters, and that means that Waterfall will be live for us to hopefully draw into hand traps, and we're going to be able to end on, I do believe we're going to be able to end on the typical setup of Monk plus Draco Berserker. But let's go ahead and start out. Special summon Shatana, or Shatana, link off into Jackie Chan, and then we special Vishuda, and then we normal summon Adhara, because we have to normal summon the Adhara. Yeah. Go into Draco Berserker, and then essentially set Dragon Souls. And some people might be like, well, that's not too good. And in reality, it's really not it's not your busted Orcus, busted Salamangreat board, but what it is you have this in hand and you have this on the field. So potentially if they decide to solve this, it's fine, because you have the ability to, if they destroy this, you can bring it back with Shatana. So that's really good. But what we really are worrying about here is the Waterfall. So Waterfall, since we all know we're greedy on the inside and it'd be smart to probably search up Nahata or Mapora, we're going to be greedy. And we're going to send the Adhara from her hand to draw 1 and then draw 2. So then this is our graveyard here, which essentially is our second hand. So assuming, like now, you know what I mean, like they destroy this, you have the ability to bring it back and pop a card. You have the ability to banish a card. And then once that happens, like following on your turn, third turn, assuming that, you know, you're able to stop them with the two interruptions, you draw for turn and you're drawing Ash Blossom, which you would draw this, because I bet you during their turn they're Pot of Desiring and all that stuff. So you would draw this. This would be your third card. No doubt about it. You draw the Ash Blossom, and then like you just have the ability to banish this to add back the Shatana, and then you have the ability to banish the Vishuda and bounce a card, and then like we have 3 cards to work with. They're all live. We just can't special summon them, but you can banish the Ashina from your hand to grab another monster from your deck, one that you're missing. And then like we have even Pot of Desires. Like we're still like, this is our going into our next turn hands. Like that's pretty strong, guys. Like I don't think anyone, like a lot of people look at this deck and they're like, this is very underrated, but the deck is very, I kind of think of it as it's like a combo slash control deck, as to where like you're not in it for the one punch, you're not in it to lock your opponent out going first. It's not like the crazy Wombo Guard Dragon Crusadia variants out there. We're not here to one punch. We're not here to build an unbreakable board. We're here to grind with our opponent and out grind them, is how I imagine it. And that's how I pretty much view the deck at the moment. Is it can't put on lethal, and it can't put on enough negates to potentially, you know, build a board and win. And then even if you are building a board, the boards I've seen, yes, it's Appaloosa, yes, it's Natura Beast, but it's not like you lose a lot of power behind it, because you lose the non-effect monsters. So like if they out that board, which an impermanence on an impermanence on the Appaloosa, and you're just pretty much done because you have no non-effect monsters, but your graveyard's loaded with like a Shatana and everything, you pretty much lose. So that's how that's like what I view the deck as. It's a combo slash control deck, and I just really, that's what I think it just works better as. Now people can argue with me. I know some of my friends like Test at Locals, my man Gus, he plays the deck too, and that's it for the next going. We'll do going second test hands. I know like he plays a more combo wombo variant, but like, and to each his own. That's one of the amazing things about Yu-Gi-Oh! If this variant right here, or like if you don't like it, you have the ability to change it. So I just think the deck has a amazing grind game with the ability to recur resources with Ashuna and Adhara, and the ability just to bounce something back with Vishuda that can continually disrupt and stuff like that is super powerful. And not to mention your Link 3 is 3000. It's a monster that can just whack almost over anything. And since they're non-effect monsters, they're unaffected by the most popular hand traps out there. We'll do a cut. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna go ahead and assume that we'll drop the effect rate on the Ash, because we got to. And for our 6th card, we drew Foolish. So we're going second. And I'm going to try and say we're playing into a board right now of... What do you guys want to say? Two Colossus? Let's do 2 Colossus. So we can't add any cards. We're going to activate Foolish Burial. Sending Ashina. We will then special Mapora because we control non-effect monsters. Do the Monk of the TENYI. And do take note, if they do have like Titan, and they try to activate anything, you can chain Call by the Grave to potentially turn it off, assuming they don't have an Ash for the Foolish. But essentially, we are almost protected in our plays here very well. But we're facing off two Colossus. So then we'll go ahead and special Vishuddha. And then we'll banish Ashina. So right here, if they have Ash, we Call by the Grave it. So we have the ability to protect our... and when we see Call by the Grave in our opening hands and stuff, it's just more so like I view it as like when people go like since we play in like a perfect setting of where we play like no hand traps can stop us, because that's like the point of test hands, to show you the full ability. I just view Call by the Grave as a ability to be like, well, when people put in the comment section, well, if they Ash you here, well, if they Ash me there, I have a Call by for it. But worst case scenario in these test hands, Call by is just another form of disruption that we can end on. So, but we're still facing off with 2 Colossus, 2 Thunder Dragon boys sitting over there in defense that says I can't search, which is just fine because even our search card is a Foolish Burial before a search, which is kind of interesting. Then we'll synchro here for Baxia. Baxia will spin back both those Colossuses, which is extremely very good. Now, if they have the 3rd card, you can banish it and bounce it back if you want to. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But right now, I'm just here. So Baxia's here. We have the Call by the Grave, which I'd like to keep. We can, I want to say, use Baxia's effect to tribute himself to summon out the Adhara. Then we can link 2 into the Shaman. We can banish the Adhara to add back the Ashina. We could then pitch the Ashina. That was a bad misplay. Whoop, miss up on my words. We can pitch the Ashina, I guess, to summon back the Monk, and then we can leave it here because now we have like a recursion. So like now this isn't of course strong, but of course we're going second. So like you declare with the Monk, they have a set card, you can pop it with the Shaman, you can bounce it. You just keep your TENYIs live with the Shaman. If they declare an attack here, you get to pop something with Shaman. We also have a Call by the Grave with the ability to interrupt and be a form of disruption. I just don't think going farther would make any sense if we go into... We just don't have enough protection to what do you call it, for me to justify making the Berserker. And then following the next turn, we draw for turn. We draw the Ash Blossom, which is fine and dandy. But then that means like Ashina's live in here. Same with Vishuddha. We can just continue on and link climb into the link. We can climb up into the link 3, which actually we could do anyway. But the point of going second is to show you guys the deck can break boards and everything. Let's go ahead and jump into the final test hand. We'll do one more going second test hand just to show you guys that the deck can go second. It's one of the reasons I really kind of like this deck is its ability to adapt. It's like it would like to go first, but if it doesn't get to go first, we have the ability to break boards going second with like cards like that. So since I did a few of the changes I made, I cut back on a few of the unnecessary TENYIs. And that's kind of blew my mind because like you need to see a TENYI, however, like you don't want to see the bad TENYIs, and I was opening too many of the bad TENYIs and not enough of the good TENYIs. Whereas like in another deck like Crusadia Guard Dragon I play, where all the Crusadias are good, the worst one's Leonis, but all the Crusadias are starters and extenders. And I guess the same thing could be said about the TENYIs, except for the fact that like they just function differently because like they're just mechanic of banishing stuff from the graveyard. All right, here we go. Do a good old cut. And let's see our first hand. Waterfall, Ash Blossom, Pot of Desires, Flawless, and Pot of Desires. So we're already going to Ash them, we know that. So Ash will go ahead and go away. And then we draw for turn. Mapura, I play one of these guys, one of these. It's flippin' mint that we get to see it on the video. So we're going to go ahead and start off our turn by playing Pot of Desires, and they don't have Ash Blossom because let's just say I'm a great player and my opponent would never, they'd probably assume I'm playing some powerful deck and this Pot of Desires is bait, so they're going to try and hold it. But joke's on them, I'm playing TENYI. Flippin' mint. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go and activate Flawless Perfection over here. Now we're going second, so the point is to break their board. And that's what we're going to try and do here. We're going to go ahead and special summon Mapura. Go into the Monk of the TENYI. And then we will special Ashina, banish the Ashina from our hand. Because it says you can only use each effect once per turn. So now Adhara. The Rock kind of hurts this deck, but right now, like, the Rock would only snipe away Adhara and Ashina. It wouldn't snipe away the Monk because he's unaffected by monster effects. But remember, we're going second, so that's the goal, is we're trying to break boards. So we're going to go into backseat again, spin back 2 cards. And then we will banish here. Oh, we can't. That's right. Because we already used its effect. But we can banish the Adhara to add back the Ashina. But now we'll go into Shaman. We can use Shaman's effect to pitch the extra Pot of Desires to summon back the Monk. And then we can essentially poke, or we can poke here, pop a card, poke for 1,000, poke for 26, and their board's kind of broken. And we have Waterfall that we can set, and we have Ashina in hand. So now, this is not too bad because on your opponent's turn when they special summon, you get to draw 2 cards. And then you can activate Waterfall to add a card, or you can use Waterfall to send, and/or like, you could use it to send Shaman if they're trying to get rid of Shaman, send Monk, but you kind of want to keep Monk because he's protected by the field spell, and you're able to use like Mapura Engrave because Mapura is in there to protect him from targeting. But for the sake of the video, to keep these on here, we'll just send the 2 Ashina that we just drew and draw 3 cards. So like, assuming they out this board, okay, assuming they out it, we have the ability to come back very strong next turn with the Ashina's Engrave. All 3 of them are Engrave. Take that. Note, all 3 of them are Engrave. And then we have a Vishuddha, we have the Counter Trap and Lost Twin. So we're going to be able to reestablish our board and essentially win after that, because we're going to have a Counter Trap, negation, and as long as we bait out the right things, we're more than likely we're going to be able to end with a Berserker next turn. So yeah, but that's it, guys. That's it for the test hands. That was, going first, going second. Like I said, I'm still testing with the deck. I haven't had the ability to get out and test with it as much as I'd like. So, like, if you are a veteran TENYI player and you're watching this, let me know what I could have done different. Comment down below, and just let me know what you guys think. I'm still enjoying the deck quite a bit. I think it's very powerful, and like I said, it's a very aggressive. If you ask me, not aggressive. It's a very combo control deck, and it's a very high ceiling deck, as in the words of not high ceiling, big brain deck, because you have to think about what you're doing. Otherwise, you'll end up in the wrong spot. But anywho, this has been Charles from Team COG. Remember, check out our sponsors. Give a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you, guys. Charles signing out.